Well, I just point us to, the Bible. The Bible describes the best, the Bible has the best words
Description of
to
love.
describe the word love and what love entails and what it is. Love is kind, love is patient, love is
Forbearing.
as in.
Yeah, doesn't
So
keep
if you're
record
out,
of wrongs.
if you're a man and you're out there claiming that you're in love and not having this, and the love that you have is not showing this attributes, bro, in the wrong place.
You're
Just walk
doing
out.
it right.
Just walk out. Walk out.
Take the no.
Yes, we might have also all the other words that people are putting on. They're quoting love or love is this, bro. That's not. It might be what they're saying, but for a very short time, it will serve you for a short time.
Yeah.
And you end up saying you broke up or will a character development. You get it? If you follow what the word says, there's no character development. Yeah, so
Maybe from
be open to
Inakuja from God.
yeah, so that's what describes best what love is. I think you can also hear from what
From the council here.
You want me to add? Okay. So aside from the Bible, hata nitaongeza love pairs all things.
Wow.
So the question was, how do men define love?
Define
love.
Especially
Romantic one.
hapo kwa romantic, you'll ask the people who are dating to define that one. But for me, generally love, I think as a son, I have observed how my father handles the things that he loves. And I would say that has been a source of how I've treated the things that I love, as we are from speaking about fatherhood. And also how I define love. I don't think I can go against the context of the Bible, but for me, those two things, a father's love and the Bible. Yeah, but now for the romantic part, I am but a student. Please teach us.
Alan,
Please teach us.
Alan, you're withholding. You're withholding.
Romantic love is a
Your
hard
wisdom.
one. Romantic love is a
So
hard one.
the question was how men define love,
Yeah.
and that wasn't specified
Uh,
whether it's a Christian man or any man, but just putting everything aside, just how a man would define love is how the mother gave love to the guy, and that's also how men are able to relate with other ladies based on how they relate to the mom. And that's why if you see a man who doesn't relate well with the mother, ask questions.
Yeah.
If that is the mother, sembuse wewe, and it's also, some define it as the lady being happy. You're happy. You have everything that you need. Shopping, you want, you get, you're happy. That is love,
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, some define love as being cooked for, being served,
Nika kuchemsha maji moto.
Yeah.
Tuonge na baridi.
you must be banned to that water.
Our comment is burning. Down the water.
Yeah, but mostly it's built from how you saw dad treat mom and vice versa.
Yes.
That is where that comes in.
Can I ask, is the question, how do we define being loved or showing love? Us showing love or us being loved?
Either. Or both.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your way is both. How do you show love? Because
Yeah.
But yes, as Benji says, the greatest show of love is Christ. That sacrificial love. And yes, we quote 1 Corinthians 13, but when we really think about those details,
that's hard.
that's when there was a couple I met, and they were saying, when you're dating, you don't know what love is. When you say you love this lady or the lady loves you, you don't know until you now live the First Corinthians 13.
Mm.
Love is patient. What does it mean? That patient.
Are you being
Yeah.
patient with
Eh?
them, or-
Are you being, until you live that, then you know you love this person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that hits home differently.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
I think that also gave a wake up call on being conscious to what those words actually are.
Mm.
Love is patient, love is kind.
Yeah.
Does not keep a record of wrongs.
Yeah.
You know, when you actually think about it, and then the record of wrongs you are holding on to,
Uko na lists.
you know.
Mm.
Yeah, I think when you once you get that, then it's you've gotten the love. Yeah, the romantic bit of showing love will majorly depend on what the lady herself defines as romantic.
Mm.
Because if the lady, for her, flowers is romantic, the man will give flowers. Na najua, I mean, he's a very romantic man. You know.
Yeah.
So I think it's a tricky area to
To say, how
To
define
really
someone.
objectively, this is how it
It's
is.
not
Yeah.
subjective, it's all
Yeah.
subjective.
Okay.
Mm.
I had something to add onto that. I feel like a problem we've had in the past with men is that
All men.
We as the
I
women.
have had
With men.
not with all men,
All right.
with few
Okay.
Oh.
Please.
is
Hopefully they're
in
not-
terms of even my friends, like what they've experienced.
Ah. Oh, sorry, I'm curiously waiting.
For those friends.
Is that
Yeah.
sometimes they find that it's a selfish kind of love where your definition of love is what I'm able to give you. Like you're not willing to love me as I am, but you want me to love you as you are, or you want me to offer you things, and you're not necessarily offering me what I want as well. Like it's a selfish kind of a love where you want what you want, and I should be okay with doing what you want because you are the man. But I am falling short. Like I'm not getting what I want.
Which, of course, in the laws of logic, you're equally as selfish as the other guy. So both of you are guilty.
How? I've not understood.
I've understood Angela. You is how is she?
It's the same law. If they are feeling that their men are becoming selfish by not offering them what they want, they are judging that from a selfish standpoint.
No, but I'm offering you what you want.
Huh? Which, of course, if you feel so, still you're being selfish. Okay, fine.
What
Your
I'm
argument.
getting from Sam
Yeah.
is the lady is offering the man what he wants, but she's
Really?
not satisfied. So she's selfish by also wanting what she wants.
Wait,
from the man.
which is messed up.
More. She's
Messed up.
wanting more.
So both of them, they're equally
Anyway, let's
selfish.
unpack
But
that
anyway,
now. Let's unpack that.
so what is your concern out of
It's a
that?
selfish kind of love.
So a selfish love.
It's a selfish.
Even in married scenarios that I've seen, the man wants to come home and be catered for, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Food is ready, everything is ready, nini.
Hot water.
Hot water, you know, the
She's
house is
ready.
clean, your clothes, kila kitu iko sawa. I respect you. But when I ask you for help, for example, I've had a really long day, and I'm asking you, can you please do those dishes?
Please.
You're like, "Aye, Mimi, as a man, how can I clean dishes? No way. That can't work."
Yeah, those are particular cases. Particular because it could be also upbringing.
Yeah.
Like I would say for the Meru culture, no offense to the Merus, they
That's fine.
for them, men are never to step in the kitchen. So if someone grows up that way, they tend to look for a lady who will do the kitchen.
And not allow
Well,
him in the kitchen.
Yes. So when you ask for dishes, they're like, I didn't even see my father step in the kitchen. Akileta shopping, ni kwa mlango inachukuliwa.
Not only
Yeah.
the Meru, the
So
others,
it's
there are others
particular.
who are like that, who even don't allow their sons into the kitchen.
Oh,
And I have seen families like that.
Mm.
There is a friend of mine who is like that. They
What?
never washed dishes.
what?
Yeah, the girls are the ones who do those things. So
Mm.
we pray you don't meet him.
But their family is like that. So that question we're bringing is serious.
I'm not saying I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
wash dishes.
No, it's okay.
Clean
We are
with
saying
your
on a
family.
tired day, you're both from work, not mechoka,
Yeah,
and you want food on the table.
Yeah. yeah.
So
In fact, that's where they expect you to rise to the occasion.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
so
But of course, that should not surprise us. Of course, the reality is all of us, we are selfish as human beings.
You're just learning.
It shouldn't. It's a reality, Angie.
Yeah.
That reality should not surprise anybody.
but you should not live with it.
Of course,
Yeah, we
it's
can't say
true.
we are selfish human beings.
So you won't do anything
So
about
we
it.
would do- yeah, but I'm
You
just
can't
pointing.
calculate,
That's the reality. So if
Yeah.
somebody rises up to the occasion, they are rising above the default setup system, factory system.
Can we say
Yeah.
living sacrificial?
Yeah, of course, living and loving
Yeah.
sacrificially. Thank you.
Me, my point is to you men and to any man who watches is in the Bible, the one who's been commanded to love is the man. And he's been commanded to love like Christ loved the church, that he
Glory.
gave his life
Yes.
for the
In fact,
church.
it also adds understand her.
Exactly. And Christ died even before the church really accepted him. And so
Definitely.
I feel like every man needs to understand that kind of love, the Christ kind of love, and bring it into this situation. Because someone like Andrew Kube was saying, I don't listen to him. I don't agree with his ideologies at all.
I don't even know who he is.
But he said he said
Interesting.
that many women have our mothers and the mothers of our mothers were married for so long and they were bitter. They were bitter with their men because you're not being heard. Like, your place is the kitchen. You know, you don't need to have money. Shut up. Like, don't say anything. So you've been repressed so much that you grow up as a bitter woman. And most of them, you find that when they grow older, they leave their hobbies and decide to stay by themselves because they're tired of this regressive, kind of
Depressive.
attitude, especially for the African man. So I think something needs to shift. Okay. So how do men define submission?
We need to go home.
I think we need to have a but to.
Hey. Okay.
Wow. First, being Christian men, it's a different understanding to what you had before. Before Christ, submission was yes, you do what I say, when I say, how I say.
And by the power invested in me, I command thee to
Yes.
submit.
You see, before Christ, it is a command. You know, you are lesser. So you ride on that point, and you know, the lady is treated not as a person, but rather an object. But knowing Christ, then you understand submission is not weakness. It is power in itself. Because for men, for us, we create, we build, we come up with ideas, but now the implementation bit of it, that's now the lady coming in. So submission is not really to oppress or step down or look down on a lady, but rather acknowledge that this lady has capacity that you don't have. There's an analogy that as the man, a rib was plucked out of you to form a lady. So she has capacity that you do not have as the man. So both of you together, then that is a dynamic duo.
A full rib cage.
Full rib cage, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why they say it's from the side, not from any other
Yeah.
part of the body. So when we understand submission is not that my way goes and that is final,
That's final.
but also you have an input as the lady to, take us all to a better
Please.
yes. My 2 cents.
Bench.
No. I think you guys can just go on.
No comment on submission.
Well, for me, submission. Wow, it's I've had people talking of it in the social media. People attacking men because of the submission thing. So it's like I'm traumatized. but I just say, actually, basically, Philo has just shared the main the whole context of submission. Yeah, but I'll just say to all the men out there, please learn the submission that is being talked about in the Bible, in the Word, not as the submission we found out here. Because to support this statement, Word inasema, it says, do not conform to the pattern of this world. So I'll say, do not listen to the concepts of submission that this world is telling us, but instead, let us follow the submission that is being described in the Bible, because at the end of the day, it will leave both parties happy. Now, won't have heartbreaks and stuff. Yeah, and men won't be pointed as cruel people living on earth. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be traumatized.
For me, I'd say since we started in the beginning saying that the man is the head of the home, so for me, submission is the woman submitting to the leadership of the man. Okay. And I'd put it in this context. We as men should pray for God to give us the power to lead. Because the role you've been given as a leader is that you have people under you. Now, if you lead a woman astray, then she has no role submitting to you. But if you're on the right path, then she will submit. Because a woman cannot follow a man going to a ditch. You're not going anywhere.
They have
But,
Yeah.
But now if you are leading her, she may not agree to what you are saying at the moment. But if you both trust and believe that he is doing what he feels the Lord is leading him into, even though it's not what you like, accepting his decision, that is submission. Because, truth be told, you are two people becoming one.
Yeah.
That is the hardest thing, I think, on the earth. Because you are totally different. And you're learning to live as one.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first years of marriage are usually the hardest. They say, we shall get there, but we shall fight that. But before that, I think we can say that submission is that going under that leadership and praying that your man leads you in accordance to the word. If he's doing it according to the word, you just follow.
Yeah.
Because he will not lead you astray. Yeah, for me that. And also leadership, leadership is also taking into consideration what she's saying. It is not always your way.
Yeah.
She may actually know something, so take it into consideration. In as much as she's submitting to your leadership, you should take into consideration what she is saying. That is leadership also.
Yeah.
So you see, kazi kwa watu wa kulead na kazi kwa watu wa kusubmit. We all have our works and we pray that the Lord leads us.
And even the Bible says in Ephesians, submit one to another.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Actually, that's where it starts. Submit one to another. And then it says, man, love your wife, woman, submit to your husband.
Yeah.
So I think
So it's just allowing what.
so if I learn to submit, for example, men, it's not that we don't submit, we submit to the leadership of a pastor.
Yeah.
You get, as in all of us submit just at different levels.
Yeah.
So for me, for example, my pastor might be telling me, my pastor is here. And some will be telling me, or anyone who I have had the privilege of working with or anything, may be telling me that this is wrong and this is wrong. And I, in my own knowledge, may see that he is right, but I don't want to. Like, I feel like this is a now thing. Do it now. I don't have patience. Both may actually be. It may be like, there are these things which both looks like good things, but one is a fast. It's a faster way of doing it. Whereas we may both get to the destination, but am I willing to take longer to get there just to be in peace with my faster? You get it? That's submission actually. We'll both get to the destination, but am I humble enough to accept his way? It's the longer route, but at the end of it all, we're getting there. Yes, your husband may be saving in installments to buy that land. Do you see this is a business opportunity? We should do this. The man will come quicker. Are you willing to go with his way because it's taking longer, in the hopes that for the sake of peace you submit under it? I think that is submission also. It's a broad thing. Try to use as few words.
Those are few.
Kidogo.
So the lady allowing herself to be led.
That is submission.
So it's an act of the will. She
Yeah.
willfully decides to submit.
Yeah.
So it's not, you can't demand to be submitted.
Submission should be willful.
Yeah, actually.
But we have been commanded by God to submit to our husbands.
Mhm.
Although I've heard it being said that a woman who is loved by her husband finds it very easy to submit to him. And like one who doesn't feel loved.
Oops. I think that's where it starts with love.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it all starts with love.
Submission.
Yeah. Because like in your point, like if I know my husband loves me and he's going to be faithful to me and everything, so I know his money, however long it will take for him to buy that piece of land, I know his money is coming here. But on the other hand, this man, I know he has two side plates. I am also going to be wise in my own way and start doing my business or my what and start fixing my life over here, just in case one day he decides that this is now the woman that he's going to be with. So I guess love covers it.
Like a security. Secret bank account, secret plot, secret
So
investment.
you are told the first thing for them is security.
Exactly,
not a lie.
honestly,
It's not a lie.
yeah. So guys, what status quos must change in order to foster a healthy man? So what are the things that we can call toxic in manhood or in masculinity that are in the society that men have been told this is how you must be, this is how you must carry yourself, this is how you must behave, that need to change so that we can have that real man, we can have that healthy man?
I don't know if this is related to a real man or anything, but there's usually this point of you should live with, let's say, assuming you want to marry, for example, Angela, I should live with her before I marry her. I don't know if that's a status quo thing.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
You know it that way. And that's, you should do that as a man because you should know how they behave and all that. I don't know if that's. But
that sounds dangerous.
That's what it is.
It's like you're saying, let's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I've discovered some guys will be with a lady until she's pregnant. When she's pregnant like this, they propose to you and want to marry you. Because they want to see whether you can bear children fast.
I've actually heard of men first sleeping with the lady to know whether they can marry them. You know, to prove you can actually perform. Or you are,
And it's true both ways because they don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
So people do crazy things out here.
It's a crazy
What world have you been living in, man?
crazy. It's a
Yeah.
crazy world.
It's a crazy world. I think the other thing is where men who love God are seen as weak and foolish.
Oh wow.
Or like they don't think hard. Yeah, man. So I think that I think we grew up in a society where our mothers were spiritual, what do we call, spiritual authorities in the homes, and so the spiritual role was slowly relegated to women. But from a biblical standpoint, men take the full-fledged responsibility of spiritually leading in the family. So it's kind of the norm. Men, all the other areas of life we shall lead, but he is spiritual. Wewe mama eka watoto kwa gari, mwende church.
Ama wa drop church.
Ama wa drop church uka.
Is that why we see more women in churches than
Then
men.
That explains.
Yeah.
That explains. And
we have some instances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's
there's usually
true.
more
It's true.
women
in church.
if there are church events or church groups, you see more women involved than
Than
This
men.
corner,
the men.
Yeah.
this
You know.
corner of the left corner of the
Yeah.
church. Tunakuanga Now I'm
Unajua zile
making
za-
sense.
Yeah.
You go pray for us, mimi nawatafutia.
Yeah, mimi
Actually,
nawatafutia.
yeah.
It's a norm by the way.
Yeah, that needs to actually change.
Yeah.
Because if the men are now the priests of the home
Yes.
that actually follow Christ,
Mm.
then you end up even having a healthy society.
Yes.
Because corruption, all these evil norms begin at home.
Yeah.
From what you're seeing as you grow up and
Yeah. That's true.
And of course, because of course, as we understand, to have great leaders in the society, where are they manufactured? At home. To get great people in the society. And of course, whenever God wanted to do anything significant in history, he always came in a family. Jesus was born in a family, Moses was born in a family, Samuel was born in a family. So you can't really do away with that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a societal norm and a status quo that we need to do away with. Women will go to prayer mountains more than men. You know, those kind of things. And it's our role. Yeah.
For sure.
Wait, for me, I think I'll say something to do with you know, this as we started, we were just asking ourselves some questions. Why don't men speak up and stuff? This is a norm that, as Alan, I think Alan had said, men don't speak up. It's bad. It's bad.
that needs to change.
It needs to change, like for real. Hey, speak out. Go talk to your friends.
It's kind of, it happens all over. It's kind of hard imekuwa just subconscious in men's mind. But I think it's one thing that as men we need to be wary about. Men objectifying women. Of course, the world doesn't make it easy. It doesn't make it easy. It's very obvious, of course, to see. Of course, in secular songs, men will be nicely dressed in suits, and then women are semi-nude, all those kind of things. So you objectify women, you oppress women. They are the objects of our own fantasies and our own whimsical interests, which of course most of the times are very selfish.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's something that I think, that needs to change.
For sure.
For us to have that healthy society, then we as men need to change. So there's that there's the norm of a man